Yay, yeah. Welcome to something greater. I'm super excited. This is a different offering than I've had in the past. So even if you've been in my other programs, like Shannon, like a few of you in this group, it's different this time to have a different experience and to give some kind of different results than other things that we've touched on before, like having just AF days. So if you're in here, it is with the assumption that you're going to do a dry or a damp January. And let's just kind of like define damp January a little bit in mindful drinking terms. A damp January isn't maybe I'll be AF today and maybe and like seeing how it goes and kind of making like a bingo ball game of your January. It's more, in my opinion, to build the intention of having mostly the AF days, but say like you have a birthday or a celebration coming up on January 18th, or you're going to a wedding, is to pinpoint designated times within the month when you're going to allow yourself to imbibe at a you know a minimal responsible amount. That, in my opinion, is damp January, not the other way around, where you're like, maybe today's an AF day, or maybe I'll have an AF day next Wednesday. So that's kind of another difference between if you've been to Happier Hour or Unwind, where you set your own goal and you wanted to have like 1 to 5 AF days, for example, in the week, and then everybody met their own metric for more or less. We're in here to create a collective goal. So there's a stronger support of having 21 AF days in a row. And if you've not had an AF day in a while, some people in here I know are having a totally abstinent dry January. So you've got a head start. And if this is your first AF day today in the month, welcome and amazing. And it's going to be so incredible for you. And we're here to support you. And there's no right or wrong place to begin. Today is day one for all of us on this streak of 21, no matter how you began your January, right? We're all on this playing field together. And that being said, if this is your first AF day in a while, or maybe you've sprinkled them out through the beginning of the month, really be so nice and compassionate and gentle with yourself as you experience a detox phase, which is inevitable. It happens to me every time to greater or lesser degrees. If I allow myself to drink even one day, the next day is like, I know that I drank the day before. So if you've been on a streak of imbibing and this is your first AF day, there is going to be a detox phase that you will move through. The first day might be awesome, but it is pretty inevitable that some sort of experience will throw you, and it usually looks like an emotional imbalance, so like high irritability or sadness, um, bouts of crying, outbursts of anger. Raise your hand if this has happened to you. And it's just normal. It's just totally normal. And so to look at this as a sign of, sorry, I'm not picking my nose, I have this sweater's fluffy. um, See this as a sign of, oh, something's happening. Okay, I was told to expect this. So your brain can relax a little bit and you can just move through. Just move through. That's really the best that we can do, is to nourish ourselves, take care of ourselves, reach out to this community, especially people close to you, let them know that you're having some AF days, and like to just bear with you a little bit. It's going to happen. So we're holding space for that as well. And if you do drink in this 21-day time period, do not consider yourself a failure. Do not go away. Do not then continue into a shame spiral and just throw it all away. Please just don't do that to yourself. None of us are perfect. We all are human, and shit happens, and it might happen. And I just want to preface with it saying, please don't go away if it happens to you. Please be visible that you drank the night before or something, like allow that to just be okay. So you just take that judgment and that shame and that anxiety off of yourself, say it to the group, and we'll be like, yeah, you did, come on back, here we go, we got this. And then we can just keep on the trajectory. And as all of us know, success, we wish it was like a straight lift off into the heavens, but it is a scribbly mess. As long as we're headed in a direction, though, the pace and the backtracking or whatever is really inconsequential, as long as we just can keep a vision and keep moving in that direction. So also, that being said, this program will not solve all of your drinking problems. I wish that we had that ability and that power, but everything that you do to unravel your drinking is a work in progress, this being one of them. So, will you be 100% what you want to be in your highest vision of yourself and your drinking after 21 days? Probably not. But will you
Mhm.
experience a difference and see that there's a difference and see that you can get somewhere with this and that it's in fact possible and that you can be somebody else with drinking? Yes, for sure. 100%. And if that doesn't happen for you, let me know and I'll reimburse you or what I'll make it right for you. But that will not happen. If you stay and you do and you belong in this group, you do belong in this group if you contribute to this community and allow yourself to be seen and allow yourself to be witnessed and to give feedback to other people. You will, without a doubt, change something in you that will not be reversible. And that will be the upward trajectory that's going to take you into this next level of being that you want to experience. That's my philosophical wax for now. And so, yeah, it's our 21 AF days together. Be gentle with yourself through a detox period. If you haven't hit one yet, you're going to. Um, so why I created this, what something greater is to, I took this as an opportunity to do this because I do this is my fourth dry January, but I've just removed alcohol, even though I do this for work for the past 3 years. But my thinking was, okay, you have so much time and energy goes into drinking, especially if you have a daily drinking habit or multiple times a week. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of energy. It's a lot of mental bandwidth and money and time away from other people and other things. So my whole inspiration for this was, okay, now you're getting that back for 21 days. You have the thought power, the energy. You definitely are going to get a lot of energy after you go over the initial hump. What are you going to do with that? And we always have great ideas, and visions for our future and everything. But when you're in a container and when you can set out a plan and a strategy for it, you will see progress and you can get somewhere. Instead of it being on your bucket list, you're going to pull it down and you're going to make it something that's real and concrete for you, that you get to experience and that you get to put your energy and your attention onto. So as opposed to not thinking about drinking, we're going to focus our energy and our attention onto a new habit, a new ritual that each person will create for herself, yourself. And that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to guide you through a visualization exercise in a moment that will give you that thing that you're going to work on for the next 21 days. Okay, so this is how it functions. If you've been with me before, it's a similar template. So we have a Voxer line that I believe everyone's added to. Yes, everyone's there now. The Voxer line is kind of like it's like the AF hotline. So we're in different time zones. Most of us, I believe, are in the States. I'm in Europe. But you can text on it 24/7. If you're sleeping, just turn off your notifications if you don't want to be beeped by Voxer all the time. But I recommend putting it on your phone so you have access to it. The Voxer chat in other programs has just been so beautiful. It's like this conversation between people that is so real and vulnerable and amazing and eye-opening, and it's just it's a wonderful, wonderful tool. And so I'm in there as well, but feel free to respond to other people as well as to express your own experience. So the Voxer chat is mostly for, I don't want to say keeping you sober, but like it's the AF hotline. I guess sober. There's a lot of mincing of words here, but it's the AF hotline to keep you AF for 21 days. So if you hit a bump and you feel like you're just going to cash it all in for this day, try to like tell on yourself first, or try to come to the group and say, I am feeling so angry today, or I've had this happen, or I'm just being triggered. And when you can say that and be real with that, the more you do that, the more you can see it as something that is not you, but it's what your thoughts are driving you to. And so putting it outside of you externally, as in typing it into, you can also do audio. So you can hold down the button and you can speak into it. So just getting it out of you so it's not festering within you. Usually, a lot of the time, what happens when you just do that, it relieves some pressure. It relieves this like buildup and this pent up that it's like you're going to implode or explode. You're just going to have to drink. It really dispels that energy just by being visible and honest about it. It works really well. And again, you cannot fail if you have a slip up or whatever. There's no failing. Just come in, stay in. Also, when you're in Voxer, try to respond to other people as well as coming in to leave your own messages of your experience. Because Voxer can kind of look like a dear diary sometimes. So let's all be conscientious about seeing and witnessing other people as well, and then responding to something within there. And also, we don't need to be trying to make it right either, just like a validation of like, I see you, I hear you, I get that kind of a thing, more so than trying to, we don't want to fix or correct. That's not it. It's just, oh, I see you, I get it, I hear it. I feel this way too, things like that, right? You can offer, of course, advice or things that have helped you, but I think there's a difference between trying to like make something go away and then just like being with what is and witnessing what is and like making that okay, because that's really where deeper healing happens. That's Voxer. And then in the Facebook group, if you haven't introduced yourself yet, please do. We want to see you. If you have a picture to put up, so we can put a face with a name. And every day in Facebook is where I'll be posting the daily exercises. And there's 21 of them, of course. The first one today will be today embedded in this session, but I'll record it separate and then I'll put it there. So they'll all be there and they'll be under the featured tab. And the recordings of these sessions will also be in the featured tab. And those will be mostly audio listening exercises. And when you have an audio listening exercise, please sit with your eyes closed and listen to it. Please stop what you're doing. Please don't listen to it while you're washing the dishes or like multitasking. You really want to learn and practice focusing your thoughts and awareness to an objective and making your intention very strong, because that's how you will create the best results of change for yourself. So take the 10 to 15 minutes, just give yourself that time. Preferably you do it in the morning. If you cannot, then please just as early in the day as you can do it. They're really only going to be 10, 15 minutes at the most. Some of them will be writing. And yeah. And then what we're going to do today is come up with a new habit, a new focus. So as we're breaking away from our drinking habits, the drinking habit that you want to leave behind, and you have a new one come into place, that's where you're going to be able to direct your attention and use that energy and time and focus to create something for yourself or to experience something for yourself that has maybe been on your radar or been on your bucket list and you haven't got around to it. And procrastination and alcohol take over, and then it's like maybe someday, but we're going to make it, we're going to collapse time and we're going to make that day today. It's going to be rad. So we'll get to that. And also in Facebook, there will be a mid-week check-in on Wednesday. Everyone can just say how their experience is going. Facebook is also for your celebrations of how you're feeling, how you're succeeding. And then so there's Voxer, which is more like, not grievance, but like, help me. And then Facebook is more, here's the exercises, here's how you reflect on them, and how are you celebrating what you're feeling and accomplishing. All right. And yeah, there will be 3 of these calls. They have to move to Tuesday next week because of my children's dance schedule. So they will be Tuesday at 9 Eastern time there's actually 4 calls. So including today, the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th. And I'll also put all of this information that I'm just spouting right now. I'll put it, I'll type it out. I'll put it under this video. Yeah, that's the long and the short. Do you have any questions, Shannon?
No, no questions. But what you were saying before, just so folks know, it does take a long time because I've been working with you for almost a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is only my second dry January, but I did sober October as well for 31 days.
Mm-hmm.
And it does get easier. And every session with you has, like you said, there's a little bit of change. It just takes time and to be patient with yourself.
Patient with yourself. Ask other people to be patient with you.
Yes.
It does take time. And thank you so much for saying that and speaking to your own experience, because it's not a quick fix. You know, most of our drinking habits are decades old. Decades old. Imagine if we were trying to lose 100 pounds, you know, we wouldn't just be like fasting on the weekend and like hoping that would make us sick. Like our nervous system has to adjust. We have to feel safe in what we're doing. We have to move forward in like with integrity with ourselves. And yeah, there is no failing if you continue to create efforts for yourself that are for your own well-being, and you cannot fail. Yeah.
Just keep at it.
Just keep at it. Keep at it. It took me, I think, like, yeah, a year to be like, okay,
Mhm.
now I'm really happy with this now. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, don't be discouraged or dismayed if this is your first go at any type of program or a mindful drinking self-help or anything like that. We're all in this together. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So whoa, I'm gonna plug my computer in. Mamma mia. It is downstairs. I'm going to pause recording for one moment. Perfect. So just make yourself comfortable, sitting or lying with your spine straight. Oh, close your eyes. You're just going to take 15 minutes to check in with your future self. Close your eyes. Let your palms be open if that feels good to you. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill up. And when you're ready, exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale. Fill up your lungs, and then when you're ready, exhale through your mouth. And one more time, inhale. Fill up your lungs. Exhale through your mouth. And you're going to use your imagination to move forward in time. 3 to 6 months in time. 3 to 6 months in time. And see yourself as this healthy, vibrant version of you. This amazing, highly energetic version of you. This version of you that took a break from drinking in January, made some decisions about yourself at that time, for what you really wanted in life, how you really wanted to be spending your time. You really took a look at and evaluated what your time wasters were, drinking being a big one of them, and really reassessing and reevaluating how you feel about drinking on a whole. That happened. And see yourself how pleased you are that you made this decision now at that time in January. And now this will be different for each person, but what are you doing? What are you doing 3 to 6 months from now that has filled you with so much vibrancy, so much joy, so much pleasure, so much fun, excited about life, feeling like the healthiest that you have felt in a long time? Like your energy is just radiating off of you. You feel so good about yourself. Your body feels really good, like you're taking really good care of it. Your skin is brighter, your eyes are clear. You're so delighted with how you've created life now. And not everything is perfect and it never will be, but what you have, you're very content with. Your experience of you is awesome. So, what are you doing? What are you doing with your time? What have you chosen to invest a little bit of yourself in? So at this point, 3 to 6 months in time, you will have created something. Maybe it's not totally complete, but it's well on its way. It has a rhythm and a consistency that you're really involved in. So what is this for you? Is it a creative project? Is it artistic or something that really feeds your soul? Is it in some way that you've chosen to take care of yourself and now you're seeing that reflected in your physical body, your mood, and your well-being? Is it within your relationships, your important and vital relationships? Are those enhanced? Is that what you chose to focus on? Pick one thing. Pick one thing. Is it something you've been thinking of doing, somewhere you've been thinking of going, having, experiencing for a long time? What calls to you, and what is future you really enjoying experiencing and doing? Pick something. If you haven't already, or if you have multiple ones, please narrow it down. And you can do this again later, but for our intents and purposes, we're going to focus on one area. Something that you really identify with, or it calls to you. Maybe you haven't, maybe it's something you used to do and you want to do it again. Like, yes, I loved doing that. Or maybe it's something you just thought about and thought about. Or maybe it's just occurring to you now. Pick one. Pick one thing. And it needs to light you up. It needs to light you up and bring a sense of radiance to your heart when you think about it. When you look back on it, like, yes, I did that. Yes, I am now living that. And now see yourself as engaging in this activity, this experience, whatever it is for you. And feel in your body the emotional qualities that you have when you think about this. So as you think about it as your future self, bring that into your body now in real time. So when you think about the thing that you're doing 3 to 6 months from now that you're continuing, that lights you up, take that emotional experience and feel it right now and amp it up. Amp it up, make it bigger, like really feel it and feel how that electrifies you and excites you. And now come back into this moment. Into this time. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. What came up for you, Shannon?
Just getting back into, again, just taking care of myself in the morning, meditating, walking. I've been looking around. I used to love doing like jazzercise with a group, but the pandemic kind of just wiped that out. And one of my favorite places, they closed actually. So just trying to find another group of people that's not too big. You know, I'm not a big like go to a big gym and there's random people. You know, it was a nice setting because you knew all the folks and they knew you. So maybe, you know, do something like that again, find another group because that was a lot of fun and it got me out of the house and, you know, and I got my exercise and I didn't even know I was doing it.
Totally, it's so fun. I've heard you mention jazzercise. It's so fun. Okay, so your future self is an exerciser again.
Back to being active. Yeah.
Back to being active on the daily or really regularly.
At least, yeah.
At least. Okay, cool. So what we want from that experience is to pick something that you can do every day that gives you that final result. And and for some of these, there's no ending, right? Like if yours is, I'm an exerciser, which is another thing that
Mhm.
I'm gonna have you call yourself that. Mhm. Is that it's an ongoing, right, thing. So some of these things will have like end dates and some, like when it's complete and it's final. And some will just be, now this is a lifestyle habit. This is who I am.
Yep.
And the ones with end dates will give you that as well. So let's work with yours. So if your future self is like, I'm back into exercising, I exercise all the time, I'm an exercise junkie, I exercise every day. What starts today for you? And we're going to start with micro habits, right? Because it's just, you get more momentum by a little bit of momentum. It's really just a small thing that we're going to insert into the ritual of your day, preferably in the evening if that works for you, because I know that's when most people want to drink. That's when most of us want to drink. So my vision for this was that the new habit is a new evening habit, but it puts you in the motion and in the process of becoming this other version of you. Does that make sense?
It does. Yep.
So what can be your micro habit that you're going to start with, and then you'll expand it from there. So if it's like not starting your own gym, maybe, I don't know if you want to do that, but finding or collecting or creating a group of people to do jazzercise with, or whatever the bigger thing is, we need to reel it back. We're going to chunk it down and make it smaller. We're going to pull it right into right now, this moment, for a 15-minute thing that you're going to insert in the evening that is in that same vein, that gives you that feeling, that's moving you in that direction.
Well, I've been trying to do the yoga, and so it's usually about 15-20 minutes a day. I'm behind. No surprise there, just life. But maybe do that in the evening instead of the morning, because
Okay.
it's through the month of January. And I do like Wednesdays and Mondays and Wednesdays, I do walk our neighborhood dog. So I do get to walk over their house, walk the dog, and then come home.
Mhm.
And that's usually a good, good walk. But that's in the early afternoon. That's not evening.
Some days you could
So
have two physical.
exactly. Yes. Yes.
Cool. So 15 minutes of yoga in the evening.
Yeah. Especially because it's cold out.
Yeah.
We were walking when it was nice, but it's been like I said, in the teens or colder. So
I can't even hear that. No. Oh my gosh. Okay. So what about us? Would it be too much to ask for a specific time that you're going to do it?
when I'm done with work, which my time, it's usually about 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, and another thing, I'm doing a class through Kaiser. It's a healthy living class, and that's 16 weeks, and that starts at 4:30, but only on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays I might try to do 4 o'clock yoga and then do the class, and then
Okay.
the other days I could do whenever I'm done. Usually I'm done by 4:30 at work. Mountain time.
Most of the time. So when
Yes.
you're done with work, that's going to be like the
Yes.
tag that one leads right into the other.
And I have my TV, and my mat is right there staring at me, or I'm staring at it.
So it's just ready. It's looking at you too. It's neutral.
Yes. I have no excuse.
No, and we're going to hold you accountable for it. And we want
Okay.
this for you as well. And what was the other part? Okay, so on Saturday and Sunday, could you also do it at 5?
Yes, I could do something between 4 and 5. This weekend we're going away, but we're actually just going to Estes Park, which is about an hour. And it's just so that we can walk around the town, and we're not drinking. Charles not drinking either. So we're bringing our Yahtzee game. So we'll just make sure that I don't know. I could probably do the yoga on my phone in the room. I don't know what the room looks like, but I can try.
Bring your mat just
But
in
I'll do
case.
something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
something.
definitely.
Something.
Either a walk, well, because we have a car, but we'll be walking to dinners or whatever, and walking around. She takes pictures in her spare time, so we'll be out in nature a lot this weekend.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hopefully my foot holds up because I still haven't been able to get into the doctor. So
I hope so too. Well,
oh,
whatever you can do that feels within the
yeah.
capability of the comfort of your body at any given time,
Okay.
right? It's really like it's the consistency that we want to
Mm-hmm.
drill into ourselves with a healthy discipline of something that makes it, we know it's going to make us feel good. And we just have to build that discipline muscle of it happens every day. It happens every day, even if it's like, I wanted to go run today, but I didn't have time. I did like 5 minutes of ab work on my phone outside, like just to keep
Yeah.
the placeholder of the day to every day. That's what it is.
Yep, I know. I remember I was a very active person always.
And you
So
still are. And so that is a
yes.
perfect segue into the next part, which is we want to make the habit ingrained in our identity. So the habit, so now what I would like for you and everyone to do, so after you identify your big thing, what it's going to be that
Mhm.
you're leading to, yours is that you're going to be like in this healthy body that you're so excited. You can feel this like Shannon of your youth is returning. You're like, I love exercise. I exercise because I love to exercise. Yes. And it gives you all of this. That is created. You created that by this daily practice. And so to keep a daily practice, we have to change the way that we think about ourselves as someone who loves to do this because it's just who we are, not because it's something we have to do or that my coach told me to do or whatever. So for you, I want you to come up with a mantra that is, I want everyone to say I'm a healthy person, and then I am something that is in alignment with and identifies and encodes your habit in it. Do you have one?
Um, I think like, well, I am a healthy person and I am someone who doesn't think exercise is a chore because it never used to be a chore. It was always just something fun. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we're gonna have a boot camp after work. You want to do it? Sure. I mean, you know,
Totally. Yeah, because
because it,
you are someone who
yeah,
loves exercise.
yeah,
What about
and
I
I
am a
would like,
healthy person and I
mhm,
love exercise.
yeah. No, it is. I
Go
mean,
ahead
and
and
it's
jump
true
in.
because even like getting on my bike, I used to just hop on my bike to get outside. You know,
Yeah.
it's a stress reliever. It's just
Mhm.
it's a
Mhm.
lot. And then you just when you get into the habit of not doing it, and especially, you know, if I'm drinking, forget it. You know,
Want me falling off.
oh, you can't exercise after you drink.
No, I'm gonna end up in the hospital. No, which is exactly that's why we're doing this, right? We're
Yeah.
reclaiming the joy of our lives that we have
Mhm.
temporarily, even if temporary was 20, 30, 40 years, given over to a drinking habit. It's time for us
Right.
to reclaim that joy. So you love exercising, like me too, just because it feels good and just because it's fun.
Mhm.
That's the kind of person you are. So that's what I would like everyone also in tandem with your new habit. You're going to create a mantra. I've been saying I'm a healthy person every morning, and it's really, I feel it. I'm like, yeah, I am. Now I eat salad. It really drives your behavior when you immediately tell yourself that you are something upon awakening. So
Mhm.
you can take mine and add to it, or you can create your own. Let me, if you can formulate it in this moment, I'd love for you to say it out loud.
Okay. I am a healthy person and I love exercise because it's fun and good to move your body.
Yeah. Mhm. And can you say my body instead of your
Oh,
body? So
my
you're really
body.
getting
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Make it all about you. Me. You. This is all for you. Your
Yep.
habit
Okay.
can't be for anyone else's pleasure or joy. Say it again, Shannon.
Okay. So I am a healthy person and I love to exercise because it's fun to move my body.
Mhm, mhm. I'm gonna write everyone's down and post them as well. Move my body. Yeah, just saying that, doesn't that make you want to run around the
It
room?
does.
Woo! Now we won't dance.
Yep. And I do say that every morning that I'm a healthy person, and I do notice the difference just from that. So I think this will help even
Well,
more.
this and then some, and then like we're gonna jack it up a little bit. We're gonna
Okay.
sprinkle some energy powder on it. Hello, welcome.
Hi, it's Deb. I am sorry I had a physical this morning, so I just got back.
Well, thank you for joining us. We're at the tail end, but I'm so happy
I
you're
know.
here, and I love your room.
Thank you. Peaceful. Yeah.
Green and serene.
Indeed.
Awesome. We are kind of at the tail end, so we're going to wrap up. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here, and welcome. It's so nice to meet you. And this is Shannon.
Hi,
Shannon.
Hi.
Hi, Shannon.
Awesome. We have a fun group. I know that time differences are a struggle, but we will make it work, and it's not going to get in our way.
Good.
I explained how everything would work in the beginning, Deb, so I can just reiterate it in text underneath when I post this video in the group.
Oh yeah, I don't mind watching the replay. I just thought I would at least see faces real quick before you guys close.
I'm so glad you made that decision. It's nice, super nice to meet you.
Yeah, it's nice to see someone else.
It is. Cool. So I'll just kind of gently recap. There's a visualization exercise that you will do that I recorded separate. So you'll listen to that. And then
Okay.
from that, we're going to extract a new habit. So as we move out of drinking for 21 days together, we're each going to be embarking on a new habit that we're installing for ourselves. And
Okay.
I've explained like how to do that and how to break it down earlier in the session. So the audio I think is like 7 minutes. So you're going to listen to that. You're going to pick your thing. You're going to whittle it down into something that you're going to do for 15 minutes every day, preferably in the evening time when most people want to drink. So it can be your diversion of your attention and your energy for something fun to focus on instead of something you can't have.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're flipping that over into like excitement and fun and like, look, ooh, I actually feel more like doing this other thing. That's the intention. That's what's going to be happening.
Good.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand. I totally understand. I was just like such a hardcore wino forever, so I totally get it. And then from that, you pardon, go ahead.
No, I was just saying it's such a weird thing because I don't know. It's just I'm always perplexed by how I don't care until a certain point in the day, and then it becomes important, and it's like, what is going on? This is so weird. Why is my brain working this way?
Mm-hmm. And how long has it been that way for you?
Well, I've had periods of not, so off and on for several years now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it started like stress related, it was just like an easy stress reliever. And I think it does become very habitual. And it's, I smoked when I was in my early 20s and I quit 20 years ago. And I remember how hard that was then. And I don't even think about it now. It's like, I would, so I know it's like something you have to break.
And yeah, I smoked too, and Shannon did too, and we both quit as well. So we can relate to what you're saying. I feel like alcohol is different because cigarettes quickly got a bad rap, and it was like you couldn't smoke in all these places, and it was really like disabling to be a smoker. You had to go out of your way to smoke. Whereas with alcohol, you could just sit down and someone will pour it in your face. It's like it's just so easy to have alcohol.
It's actually like even more than that because it's just like you almost can't get away from it. And just even like people don't know you at all. And I was at something happened at work the other day, and this woman told me that she was going to be able to travel to this meeting that we have in New York on the 30th. And I was like, oh, that's great. It'll be great to meet you. And, you know, her response was like, yeah, I can't wait to have a drink together. And I was like, wow, it's just so ingrained.
So ingrained,
It isn't,
so pervasive, so
yeah.
assuming.
Yeah.
And the nice thing in Colorado, believe it or not, well, we just finally got like alcohol in grocery stores, which we never had until last year.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but in Colorado and some of the mountain towns, like a lot of the skiers, they're demanding the younger folks, and a lot of people around us are very young. They don't want to drink. And
Yeah.
so they're having these certifications on the bars. I think they call them green labels or something like that, where they serve AF and mocktail drinks. And almost every restaurant here has either an AF beer or a mocktail
Yeah.
with like seed lip, and it's interesting. And I noticed the change, like when we dine, they don't automatically ask you if you want a cocktail or a drink. They just ask you what you want to have.
Yeah.
You know, it's like a different. It's changing, and I see it, and that's I think alcohol is going to be like cigarettes, where you're going to be not like our parents, right, or us.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think you're right, which will be a nice change. I think I'm in the Raleigh area, and I think they're opening two like completely sober bars.
Yeah, we do have those. Yeah.
Yeah. It's nice.
But
Yeah.
but it's nice to go into a regular bar and have that choice. And like we went to a friend's house last night. She invited us for dinner, and I said, you know, we're doing sober October, and she's like, oh, we are too. I was like, great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome.
we
We
had
are
dinner
on
with
the
them.
cusp of paradigm shift.
Mhm.
And it's exciting because then we're not in the shadows like people were in the 30s and 40s when they started doing AA.
No.
AA. It's like something different. I really want flexibility in my life. I don't think I'll, even if I don't drink at all, I don't think I'll call myself sober. I just don't want, and I just want the fluidness of choice. And when you're constantly drinking all the time, it doesn't feel like you have choice because you feel like you must have it. And that's what to me is like that mental wheel of like, I won't be comfortable until I drink and blah, blah, blah. It's like, whoa, can't we just be present? Can't we just be with people? That's what I'm working on and trying and working to help people have is that sort of mentality. So you also don't feel like you have to get away from it because it's probably not going to go anywhere. It's people that change, not the environment. It's the other way around. Like we will change the environment, and it's a reciprocal, but it does begin like a personal revolution. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what for me personally, what I don't know what everybody else, for me personally, like what I would like to get out of it is I think you refer to it as the obsession. It's the amount of time I spend thinking about it. It's ridiculous. And it's such a waste. And I don't want that in my life anymore. I want to think about it. I just got way too many other things that I should be thinking about. Right. Why is this consuming my thoughts? You know, it's silly. So.
And you missed the beginning, Deb, but when you listened to it, Jessica did bring up, and I did comment that I've been working with Jessica for about a year now, and it does get easier. And what you're feeling right now, like I was feeling that for almost, you know, the whole time up until I would say maybe like October, November this year. Or last year, excuse me. We're in a new year now. But it will get easier, and you don't think about it. Like I've been sober for 10 days and I didn't even realize it, that it's January 10th. Where the first time I did it, I was like, oh my God, it's only January 6th. Like I can't do this. And so, for me to even contemplate trying to get through this, we have a celebration on the 20th, and I thought, well, I'll decide if I'm going to drink or not, but I think I've decided I'm just not going to.
Yeah.
So, and if Cheryl wants a drink, I'll drive, but you know, I'll just have a soda water and
there you go.
Be done with it.
Well, I look forward to the community support. I really am. So appreciate that.
Sure. I think you're frozen, Jessica.
I can't see her at all.
If you're on your iPhone, if you like swipe to the left, it should bring everyone up, but I think she's frozen.
Technology.
I know. Oh no.
Oh, yep, I
Whoops.
did.
Oh, we lost back.
We lost. Okay. Well, it's nice to meet you. And I
Yeah.
you know, who was calling in, but I was like, oh, I don't want to miss the first one. But I had
Yeah.
had scheduled forever, and so I was racing back from that, and I thought, well, I'll at least get on and introduce myself. So, and
Yeah, and she's recording it.
and you're in Colorado, you said.
Yeah, I'm in Denver. Yep.
Right.
And you're
Cold.
in Raleigh.
Yeah, we had terrible like rain and storms and wind and stuff like
Yeah.
stuff yesterday and today. So, well, it's not bad today, but yesterday was interesting.
Yeah, it was really warm here for like really warm, like 70s, almost 80s for a while. And
Wow.
then the last week it's been real windy. So like even though it's 30 degrees, it feels like it's 17. It's super cold.
Yeah.
But it'll snap back and we're gonna get some snow, but
Yeah.
you
I
know.
grew up in the Midwest, so I'm
Oh,
used. Well, I don't love. That's why I moved. I don't love the snow and the cold, and so I
yeah.
prefer.
I grew up in Ohio, in Cleveland, Ohio. So
Oh, okay.
Denver is really warm to me, so because of the less humidity.
Okay. So,
Uh-oh, I wonder if she's ever able to come back.
yeah. I grew up in Ann Arbor, so we were having the Go Blue excitement from the
Oh, yeah.
game. It was fun. So,
That's nice.
all right,
Yeah,
we lost.
Cleveland had a good one too. The Browns are doing well. So.
Oh, I don't pay as much clearly as the other people in my house, but
I don't either. I just know because my friends are all excited on Facebook. Well, I don't know
all
if we should hang out or if she'll be back.
yeah,
Let me
probably.
see.
I'll probably sign off anyway. I got to get to work in here, but it was lovely to meet you. And do you know
Yeah.
how often she'll do these kind of calls?
Yeah, she said the live ones are going to be the 16th, the 23rd, and the 30th.
Okay.